Yo-ho-ho, and welcome back to Drak. We are in a pirate's lair, so I felt like speaking like a pirate. Alright, it's not even talk like a pirate day. That just works, doesn't it? Welcome back, everybody, to Final Fantasy V. And right now we are just exploring around this pirate's lair. And it looks like we're going to take their ship. This is going to endear us with the pirates, you know that, right? Now we shove off.
Barts, what's the matter?
No good. Won't budge an inch. But your sprite did.
Avast! What are you doing there?
How appropriate that we have pirate stuff, because we're about to talk to a pirate. And yes, I'm going to keep the pirate voice. Dar, you got courage, trying to steal me ship out from me under me own nose. Wait, I'm Princess Reina of Tycoon. I apologize for trying to commandeer your ship, but I'm still gonna commandeer your ship. Wait, you're a
princess?
Yep. Come on, it's Final Fantasy, are you not surprised? Please, lend us your ship. My father's in grave danger. I apologize for... I'm still kind of recovering, so... There'll be a little bit of clearing of the throat.
Oh-ho! A plea now, is it? And from a princess, no less. Tar! 'Tis me lucky day. I'm gonna be rich.
Stop it! Please, I beg of you. I'm sure you do.
That pendant!
Cast 'em in irons, the lot of them!
Aye aye, Captain!
I have a feeling this part's gonna be talked like a pirate day. Just because. No! That didn't work out so well for you, Reina, did it? And now they're all in ropes.
Great! Whose idea was it to steal a bleeping pirate ship?
Watch your language, Caliph. Yours, you old psycho! This is true.
Oh, my head! I don't remember a thing!
I'm sure you don't. Yeah, nice timing. I still can't get over Reina being a princess. And she's in the same room! I mean, come on! I didn't mean to hide it. Why were you going to the Wind Shrine alone? My father's there. I felt something bad was going to happen to him. So, I slipped out of the castle. I'm guessing that's what it's saying. I slipped out of the castle. Then the meteorite hit, and... she trails off. And apparently it's nighttime. Because the color palette said so. I always found that silly in a Final Fantasy game, to be honest.
Dar, the Princess of Tycoon had the same pendant as me own.
So what are we saying here? You're a pirate. You probably stole the pendant. Excuse me.
Aye, said her father be at the Wind Shrine.
Again, the only thing we know about you plot-wise is you're a pirate. So you stole it, assuming.
Set sail for the Wind Shrine. What do you do with these landlubbers, Captain? Release them.
Yeah, I'd be shocked at that decision, too. And be quick about it! But why? You're working for me now. Any complaints? Pull anchor! We sail for the Wind Shrine! I have a feeling there's going to be a mutiny on the ship. Are you deaf or just stupid? Do as your captain commands! I can't hear ye! Aye, aye, sir! Something tells me there's going to be a mutiny on this ship. Which, pirate story, should work. But there's no wind. Dar, he hollow as your pretty me lass. Hydra, introduce herself to the princess. So this is one of the things I do actually like about this ship, is it doesn't need wind. And the main reason it doesn't is because of him, Hydra. I love it. Big mythical creatures all have sounds in this game. How think ye now? Raised together like brothers, were we? You were raised with a Hydra? Closer mates you've never seen. Again, you were raised with a mythological creature. There's a little bit of a problem in your logic, dude. I'm just saying. Cast off! Yeah, we're not going to answer that. Of course not. Okay. So, this is basically the justification for you to be able to get a ship early on in the game. Shall I sail her to the Wind Shrine for ye? Nah, we're not going to do that. We actually can take some time and grind before the Wind Shrine, because it is a dungeon. And obviously, you know, this is your first access to a ship. So are you really going to turn that down? No, not really. Unless you just want to push forward the plot. Rum! Rum! Why's the rum always gone? Sorry, I had to do it. Dar, think I'll have me a drink too. Uh-huh. Take his ship, guys. Run for it. There's a little problem in that logic. He is off. Faris is off drinking. We could take his ship right now. But then again, we wouldn't have our fourth party member. And yes, Faris is the fourth party member. So, with that said, so now, believe it or not, I actually do take a little bit of a break and do some grinding here at Tool Village. And for some reason, I'm just chasing the salesman. Me too! This will always happen, at least in this town. It doesn't happen ever after this. But basically, this allows for you to see Faris and see the inventory and see what would work for him. And then he just bounces in and out of the shop. So this is kind of the first time we've been able to look at the menu screen here. It's very simplistic. Nothing really different from any Final Fantasy game that you've seen up to this point. Except that it is shiny in 16-bit. So, believe it or not, I actually did take a break here to grind and just to get some extra weapons and gear. Because it's probably a good idea to do so. Wait, you landlubbers! Thought you were just gonna leave me, did you? Yeah, I did. Because of the rum. No, don't lie, Bards. That's the justification, is that you can walk out of town, Faris is now part of your party again. And pretty well equipped, considering. You know, the fact that Faris is the only one with a shield at this point, that's pretty good. So at this point, I actually did my level grinding off screen, because if you guys are new to these Let's Plays, first of all, welcome. I don't do grinding on camera. It's not fun for you guys. So, I did a little bit of a grinding break to get the gear that I needed, as well as be able to prepare for the Wind Shrine, because it is a bit of a dungeon. And so now we are on our way to the Wind Shrine. And again, I apologize if I sound horrible, but I'm still kind of getting over strep plus summer weather, so you guys probably noticed that on Monday too, when I was live streaming Mario Kart 8. I finally got back to live streaming. Princess Reina! What on earth happened? The wind stopped suddenly. Then monsters attacked the shrine! Of course they did. Because plot convenience. Where's my father? Easily the most dangerous room. His Highness went to the top floor, but hasn't yet returned. Of course not! This is kind of one of the beefs I have with Fight. It's very predictable. Something must have happened. Dun dun dun! Arr, let's go to where the crystal be. Of course you are. Because you're the heroes. Faris is right. Of course Faris is right. Now, an interesting concept here is you can technically do the grinding here, and you'll get the equivalent of an inn out of that jar. But I did it near Tool because I didn't want to forget the gear that I needed. So, while we are making our way up the Wind Temple, this would actually be a good time to do an update on games that I've been playing. People might be asking, well, what about your E3 update? Look, we're into July at this point, so if you guys want to know my opinions on E3, there is a Geek News Reviews and Opinions episode where we discuss that. My opinions really haven't changed since then, and there really isn't much I can add to them. So watch that episode. It's about 3 hours long. We covered every panel in as much detail as we could, and we went into our opinions overall. The other thing, too, is that when we get to... So a quick reminder for Geek News fans, we are not going to be having an episode this Saturday. Why? Because we are getting together for more Gaming with the Geeks, to which we will actually get a little bit more into E3 because Aldo was not able to be there, and so we will get his opinions at that episode, so on those episodes. So you will be able to look forward to that. Now, this is the first time we've actually seen these in Final Fantasy games aside from 4. This is the equivalent of a save point where you can use tents or cottages, and yeah, we will get cottages in this game too, or you can even save, and those are really appropriate. And usually, like in the previous games, I have taken out the save screen, mainly because the save screens took forever. But in this one, they're not that bad. And saving mid-dungeon doesn't feel as bad to me. So yeah, we're going to skip the E3 stuff and just go into overall game opinions, because I know some people have actually been asking where I'm standing on some of them. So I guess I'm just going to go down the list as long as people don't have problems. And first update is from Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. I have not been able to play it for a while, but the last time I played it, I captured a scientist who had been corrupted and was under Satan's sway, I guess is the best way to put it. And now I was on a little submission to get an antidote for her corruption so that she could, in turn, tell us what we need to know about Satan's return. Yes, it's so weird to say that, but in a Castlevania game, Dracula isn't the villain, the devil is. That's the one thing that always threw me off about the Lords of Shadow games, is that the ultimate villain isn't Dracula. In fact, you play as Dracula. Which is also weird, but kind of works. Overall, my opinions on the game are little mixed at best. Where I loved Lords of Shadow, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 has some problems as far as I am concerned. And I don't know how best to say these aside from just going out and saying it. Some of the Dracula mechanics just feel so out of sorts in the universe. The combat feels just fine, but when you add in, you know, just what Dracula is and what he does, it kind of makes you feel a little squicky. Because you know, in the first game you felt like a noble knight of justice who occasionally did some stupid things, but you still felt like a good guy. And in this one, it's very clear you don't feel like the good guy. You feel like the bad guy. And the game doesn't shy away from that. And that's a little problematic for me. This is actually the boss of the Wind Shrine. Incoming! Sorry, I had to say it. But yeah, I mean, the gameplay elements are some of the problems I'm having. First of all, there are stealth elements. I don't like stealth elements in games. I know I tote to be a big Metal Gear fan, but I couldn't play those games to save my life. I'm always sucking at them really bad. So usually I have to, you know, go very walkthrough heavy, or I just have to watch the story online. And I think I've been kind of clear on that in Drak and Shadow. Is that I love Metal Gear, but I can't play it to save my life. And so the stealth mechanics are a little jarring, especially since they go into the whole concept of you can possess the local rats or make yourself look like them. And so at that point, that's your health. So you have to skitter around as a rat to get past these horrible enemies. Or you have the option to possess them. Except it's all very much scripted, so you don't really have the option. The crystals! Broken. Dun dun dun! What the? What's going on? There's a crystal! Courage, the essence of fire. Alright, what's this? Once again, you can hear the evolution of Nobuo's scores, and it's so good. Kindness, the essence of water. As you can tell, they are very much their character traits. Or their crystal traits. So, Faris is very courageous, Reyna is very kind, Galuf, hope, the essence of earth. He's very hopeful. You'll find that out later. He's not that much right now. Because you don't know who he is. And then this one is the weird one. Quest, the essence of wind. It's because he's a wanderer. What are these? Aye, what be they? They feel warm! Makes me wish I could really do a Jet impression from Cowboy Bebop. Crystal essences. Reyna. Father! Okay, so some reaction out of Faris. Why would she care? Or he or she? We don't really know at this point, do we? Hear me. You are the chosen 4 warriors, the keepers of the 4 essences. Father, what does it all mean? And if I could get a sentence straight, that'd be awesome. The wind crystal is shattered, and the other 3 are at great risk. Oh, sorry. Go and protect them. Yeah, that was his line. My bad. The very essence of evil is trying to return. If it does, it will turn all to darkness. Of course it will. It's usually how these things work. And I'm in a purple bubble now. Because anime. I don't know. Father! And now, you 4, go forth and defend the remaining crystals. But don't worry, you'll be able to get there. Father! What are these? Crystal shards. Yeah, duh. They're about to corner you. And they became one with you. Crystal shards containing the power of ancient warriors. Knight, monk, blue mage, thief, white mage, black mage. So in case you guys didn't know this about Final Fantasy V, yep, It's a job class system game. Not my favorite, personally, especially when it comes to a lot of the skills in the game. The crystals are giving us their power. Yep. 1 job class per shard. We'd better go. You know what? It's official. I'm not going to give him the Grady voice anymore. He gets the Lando voice. How's that work, baby? Reyna. There's a warp point behind that altar. Well, that's very beyond the 4th wall for you. So now we can exit the Wind Temple. Or the Wind Shrine, sorry. So this would be the point in the game where it would explain job classes if you haven't ever dealt with them. But if people have been around since Final Fantasy III, you know we have, because that was the first time they ever did a job class system. Now we have a second one, and this one does not work as well, at least in my opinion, as 3's did. And a lot of people are going to be mad at me for saying that, but the problem I have is that the leveling system for the jobs is kind of bordering on tedium. It's very long, it's very arduous, especially if you want to get every skill, which would technically be like the completionist's end of this game. And in order to do really well, you want to do that. You want to have all the skills laid before you. Some of them are great, some of them are absolutely pointless, but you want to have them nonetheless. So you guys will be very happy to hear I'm going to go completionist on this, and I will get all of the skills for all the job classes. And thankfully, once you get them and learn them, you can actually implement them to another job class. Kind of helpful, but we'll start seeing some of the flaws in that as we go along, unfortunately. So, now you kind of have the basic assumption of what this is going to be like. We've already read that dialogue. And so really the unique thing that this game has going for it is it's another attempt to do job classes. Now, a lot of people might be going, well, why aren't you already in them? Bear is considered a job class, kind of the same way that Freelancer was in the first game. So this is where the gameplay gets unique. In the fact that now you can have whatever makeup you want with 4 characters. And that's fine and all. But it just takes forever to get there. Okay, so I actually did take a quick break to do more grinding, mainly for the job classes. And now I have a good solid level 2. They all have set levels, and they're not all like, they all level to 10. They are all different. The way that you know that you will be at the highest is that the job class will not have stars over it, and it will say Master. But now we are going to the Torna Canal. But the canal gate is locked. So what are we going to do? Believe it or not, there actually is somebody we needed to visit in Tool to go forward. And the game isn't really all that clear saying that. But we're going to go and visit with this mysterious guy, although Forrest is going to go off and drink. But yeah, I'm trying to think of stuff that I can add to the Lords of Shadow 2 so far. Not really. The gameplay, I'm kind of mixed on the game right now. And if I was a beginner, then I guess this is supposed to be a magic club. I'm not sure. This is one of the major differences also, is that, well, in 3 you bought your magic too, and you're going to do that this time too. I'm pretty sure this is Zock's house. What's your language? Friend of yours? Yes, he built the gate to Torna Canal. Oh, how plot convenient. And you guys couldn't see me turning my head to talk about to talk beyond the 4th wall. Oh, Princess Reyna! Zock! It's really hard to make that sound good. How have you been? Zock, I have a favor to ask of you. We need to get to walls through the Torna Canal. Yeah? But with the crystal gone, that canal's a monster's nest. It's too dangerous. Of course it is. Besides, I lost the key. What kind of keeper are you? Princess, won't you at least stay the night here? Well, you offered, so I guess. Splendid. This way, please. And it just so happens to be about nighttime, so we're all good to go to bed. Except not that way. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this week. So when we get back, we will discuss even more games that I've been playing, but we will get further into Final Fantasy V.